Brian, welcome.
Thank you. Good evening, and thank you for the opportunity to speak. My name is Dr. Brian Nelson, and I'm a math teacher in the South Kingstown School District. I am also the proud co-president of NEA South Kingstown and serve as the NEA Assistant Treasurer. Cell phones are undoubtedly powerful tools, but in the classroom, they often act as barriers to focus, engagement, and meaningful interaction. As educators, we witness daily how the constant pull of notifications, social media, and games can derail even the most dedicated students. This year, the South Kingstown School District implemented a clear and consistent cell phone policy, and the results have been nothing but outstanding. By limiting phone use during class time, we've seen noticeable improvements in student focus and engagement. Students are participating more actively in discussions, collaborating more effectively, and are far more engaged than they were before this policy existed. Beyond academics, this policy has had a positive impact on students' mental health. Social media often heightens anxiety and fosters unhealthy comparisons. By creating tech-free moments during the school day, we've given students an opportunity to connect with their peers and enjoy a much-needed break from the pressures of the digital world. A thoughtful cell phone policy transforms classrooms into spaces where students are present, focused, and mentally healthy. Supporting similar policies across Rhode Island will enhance both the educational experience and the overall well-being of all students. Thank you for your time and consideration.
Thank you, Doctor. I have a question. And I don't know whether you came across this in South Kingstown or not, but what happens if a student refuses to hand his phone in or her phone in?
Yep, so under our policy, basically the administrator resolves it. It's out of the teacher's hands. So let's say if a student shows up with a cell phone, and so let me backtrack for a second. So again, this is the first year we had the policy in South Kingstown. And before that, our superintendent at the time created a committee of parents, of teachers, of students as well, to talk about such policy. And there was a lot of thought that went into the policy moving forward. And then this past summer, before the school year began, there was some informational meetings for the parents and so on. So there was quite a bit of knowledge about the rule, right? The rule is very clear. Day one, when students walked in, we had these yonder pouches where they have to go into the pouches. The students hold on to their phones. We don't take them away, right? And then when the students leave from bell to bell, they don't have access to their phone. Now, let's say they need to make a phone call, or the parents need to contact the parents, the child, right? They can go down to the main office, they can unlock their yonder pouch, make the phone call, and then lock it up and resume. There was some pushback in our district, probably for about 10 days. And since then, it's been great. I've had many conversations with dozens of teachers. I asked them, hey, how's the cell phone policy? And it's like night and day. The students are engaging. They're laughing, actually, for the first time in a while. They're having conversations. They're not, during lunch, looking at their phone like this. It's all the things that we kind of saw before the pandemic in some ways. So it's just made a tremendous difference in our district.
Thank you. Are there any other questions? Senator Mack.
I'm fully in support of this bill. How much do those pouches cost per school or per school district?
That's a great question. I believe they're somewhere around $25 a pouch.
Okay.
Worth every penny, by the way.
And would it be a responsibility for the individual school district to provide those, or would this be a responsibility of RIDE to provide them to each school district?
That's a good question.
That's the way this is written, the school district is going to create the policy themselves. So that's part of the choices. And again, the flexibility, I think, in this legislation that different districts are going to want to choose different methods in order to restrict the use. And so this allows districts, and financial obligations are part of the conversation that districts need to have.
Thank you.
Any other questions? Senator Belverdi.
Thank you. Does your policy cover things like smart watches as well? Like, are students allowed to have those, or is it just the cell phone?
Right now, it's just cell phones.
Okay.
That's correct. Yep. Students do have watches. That's another issue. But really, the phones was the big issue, with the social media, the games, the texting. Just again, if you have kids, I have two daughters. Both are in high school. It's that constant pull, and it's just the constant notifications. And teaching is a really challenging job, and when you add cell phones, it just makes it much more challenging. And this year in SK, it's been a big difference. So please consider that moving forward.
Thank you, Senator McKinney.
Thank you, Madam Chair. Briefly, was I misunderstanding? I was thinking bell to bell meant from the beginning of the day to the end of the day. Does it? Or are we talking the bell ringing for each class?
Yeah, so basically in my school, so students arrive around 7:30, right? And their cell phone is in the pouch until they leave at 2:30. So there's no breaks. It's not in the hallway. It's not in lunch. It's a real break from their phone.
Thank you.
Yep.
Thank you.